The Shiva Force event is live. What 5-star character are you hoping to get during this event? Hello survivors! Welcome to another video. We have got another event on our hands. It is the Shiva Force event, which is 2 events at the same time effectively, both inclusive of each other. We'll have a look at the main part of the event, which is the Shiva Force collections in the museum. You gather from the roadmaps different rewards and different collections, and you get Shiva Force tokens down in the bottom right, as you can see. You also get a 3-star from the roadmap when you first do it. I haven't done it yet. We'll finish that off I'll do it in the video. I only have to do the last stage, and then you slowly upgrade this guy to make him a 4-star. We had this very similar to what we had in previous events, and then you upgrade the 4-star and get this 5-star. You just have to gather a lot of different bits and pieces. It does look like the stuff tiers up as well. So like the very first one, you need only 2 Ezekiel's rings, and then the second one you need, what, 2,400. But the second roadmap, we'll have a quick look at the roadmaps. The second roadmap gives a lot more. So the first one you get, as you can see, there's 1 ring on this one here, and there's 1 ring over here, and you get the 3-star. And in the second roadmap, you get rings on the stages. You get rings from actually doing the stages. On this one you get, I think it's medallions or necklaces, Ezekiel's necklaces. I think it's necklaces. There we go, it's the necklace. You get these from just running stages. It doesn't look like we're going to have any problems getting these first 2 items from what I've seen. I'm guessing another roadmap's going to come up, which are going to drop the canine teeth a lot. And then we're going to get the Ezekiel's rings, the same sort of deal. I'm not sure how we're going to get holsters. They might drop during that event as well. There might be another limited time roadmap to get holsters. It does scale up the difficulty, so it starts at C+, then goes to C++, the second roadmap, and then it goes to B+, and then it looks like it will go to A. So for most people this won't be an issue. I guess the last roadmaps it will go to A++, and then maybe even S and S1. So if you're new to the game, you might have to bump up your team quickly, try and get some characters done. Try and get that going. But the other part of the collection, as you saw when you hand in these things, you get 25 slash tokens, which you can see sort of wiggling down in the bottom right hand corner right now, and that gets you some characters. So if we look at the promotion here, it says for a limited time only, the token section of recruits and rewards guarantees an epic with every open, including chances for armored Shiva. Slash tokens can be earned through Shiva Force events. See inbox for more info. So we'll go to this, and as you can see, it's only a 5-star wheel. I'll go to the promotion of it on the token wheel. Here you go. Slash tokens redeem for a guaranteed epic. So 100% chance to get an epic. You've got 26 days to get this. We've already been given 25 slash tokens due to issues with war. I had quite a lot of issues with that. I mean, I'm not too bothered. It is a shame. I would like to war, and there are some issues surrounding it. But they've given us 25 slash tokens, and by my calculations, that's guaranteed us a 5-star. So, I mean, I'm sure some people will still complain. Some people will still say this is not good enough in terms of compensation. I don't really care about compensation personally. I just want a better working game. That'll be compensation enough for me. But 25 slash tokens, sure, thanks. We're going to get guaranteed 5-star this way, and we're going to look at the characters. I have written all these down, so I will put these in a comment, and I want to know what you guys, your top 3 selection for this event is in terms of what characters you want to get your hands on. First up, we have Armored Shiva. Really good leader skill, really good adrenaline rush. I think this is a really nice character. We don't have to go into too much detail. You know about these characters. You can just pause if you want to look at the leader skills and adrenaline rushes and stuff. But this character is pretty sick. Has a decent weapon as well. Defense, I'd say just probably keep the bonus defense on there, because it is actually pretty decent. You're going to have a lot of defense on Shiva because she gets I think she gets a defense buff, yeah, 30% defense buff from doing her rush. So she's going to have, if she's a leader, she gets 30% from leader, 30% from adrenaline rush. It's going to be very hard to deal with. Next up, we have Alert Abraham, who has Decapitate as a specialist skill, but also adrenaline rush. Taunts 1 character for 2 turns. Has a pretty fast rush as well, so you can command this character on attack and taunt their shields if they've got a shield, and then the rest of your team can deal with other characters within their team. That's pretty useful. That's pretty useful. So a shield becomes useless if you've got a command character and this character. Your other 3 characters can deal with a, like, maybe their revive, for instance. Try and start taking out other characters within the team. So that's really, really useful. Next up we have Alert Negan. I like this character. He is kind of like Fast Eugene in that he does a 3 character armor shred. The only downside of him is he's got really high AP rush. I think Eugene's is even very fast, so I mean I think 56 would have been better, even though 56 doesn't sound as good. Sorry, it doesn't sound much different to 58. If they ever released huge bonus on attack ranged characters for leader skill, I don't know if they might. I don't think they have got them yet. Then this guy would get a 2nd turn rush, which is would make him very, very useful. But he's not. He's never going to have that, unfortunately. Javier, we know about Javier. He's very good. He was in the last event. Big fan of this guy. I managed to get him on one of my regions. I wouldn't mind getting him on the other region. I wouldn't mind. Barker, I think, is a very good attacking character. I'm not a fan of him on defense. I think he's quite easy to deal with on defense. But on attack, having neutralize and AP down, it can be very useful. That's pretty nice. And he has also got, I think, splash damage on his weapon. The Governor has a 1 character lockdown for 3 turns. It's okay. It's very fast, so he's going to be able to get that off quite a lot. On defense, he's actually going to be able to lock down 2 characters for some periods because he's going to get a rush every other turn, and it lasts for 3 turns. He's not amazing, but he's okay. His buff is kind of useless if you're going to have a melee team on defense. You're probably going to run Ezekiel, which is going to be a better buff anyway. So the buff isn't too much of a bonus. This character, Alert Kenny, pretty much the same as what we just saw from Governor, except his rush takes a little bit longer. He does have a 1 character lockdown, same sort of damage, 500%. It's okay. He does have a big AP boost for 1 character, but I don't think he's one of the good characters on this wheel. This next character, however, is probably one of my favourites on the wheel. I wanted him when he first came out. I thought he was sick, especially now that we've got SR Zeke on defense teams. You can get him to rush every other turn, which is going to be insane. 3 character stun. His weapon's not great. The bleeding thing is not huge, you know. But I mean, you just get a huge bonus to attacking on there, and basically he becomes a tier 1 character in terms of having to deal with this guy. Especially skill execution is okay. There's nothing to write home about, but it's okay. Bruce, he's okay. Very fast. Debuffs. It reminds me a little bit of what's her name? I think it's Alert Sandy. I've got her, and she can be quite useful. You know, you debuff 2 characters, and you just melt one of those characters with another rush. Basically, what I do is I debuff 1 character in a line, and then I have Romanov, and I just melt that line. If it debuffed both of them, that's great. If it didn't, and then I have someone else who's like a single target hard hitter, just attack the other character, and I generally kill two characters that way very easily. Has neutralize, which is one of my top 3 specialist skills without a doubt. So this is a pretty decent character. The only downside, of course, is he is alert, so you're going to be coming up against the meta sort of easy cheese teams, Andrea teams, unfortunately. Next up we have Pete. I'm not a big fan of this guy just because it's 58 AP. He is very strong in terms of what he does. 60% max HP, 100% defense is really, really nice, but he's got 58 AP, and I'm not a big fan of that because of this. Carlson, again, same sort of deal. Not really that good a character. High AP, huge AP, really. 66 is insane for 400% damage. I mean, it does a line of enemies. I mean, realistically, with this sort of AP, he should, like, hit 3 characters, at least. To only maximum be able to hit 2, and sometimes only be able to hit 1. I mean, that is a horrible rush. Tenacity, not very useful. I think to team up with as a adrenaline rush, this should have been maybe neutralize. So it would have been a little bit like Tough Carl. Now, Tough Carl compared to this guy is so much better. Sort of same as Fast Barker, very, very different levels of quality, as I am coughing, sorry. This character I actually like quite a lot. Not so much an attack team, although it doesn't make too much difference. He's got neutralize, It's got 550% to one enemy. All teammates regain 30% of their max HP. So it has got a hit heal. There aren't many hit heals that I like. This is pretty. I think it's almost, except for how quick it is. I think this is identical to Ellen's Rush. Ellen's Rush is 45 AP, but this is 56 on a defense team with Ezekiel as a lead. That's not a problem. But he has neutralized it. So this changes this character to I don't know, a 6 out of 10, 7 out of 10 to maybe like an 8 or maybe even a 9. Now obviously I don't think the top characters are 10 out of 10. I think the top characters are like 12 and 13 out of 10 because they're just so much more powerful than the rest. But I think this character can be very useful for a lot of people. So he would be decent. I'm not a big fan of Andrea. 2-turn stun, but I mean it is very fast. So you are going to be constant. You could chain stun someone on defense, which is the only bonus if you've got a very fast lead. But I'm not a big fan. Coulson, kind of mixed emotions. Does 0 damage on his rush. It's very slow rush. Even though it says it's fast. I mean, most people realise that 58 AP is actually a pretty slow rush. But it is that his debuff is amazing. You know, that's a huge debuff. It lasts for a very long time. I think it would have been better to. I mean, it would have been if it was 56 AP and you boil it down to 2 turns. He's going to be able to get that off every 2 turns, and everyone's going to be debuffed constantly. So it's going to be too hard to deal with. Dr. Stevens, sorry, is the last character on the wheel. I think he's a really good leader. Could be very useful for a lot of people. His heal's not great, but it's okay. You know, it's a boost. 20% AP as well. I mean, he doesn't get that. I don't think. All other teammates, I think that's everyone except Dr. Stevens gets that. But I think he's a decent character. So I think there are only a couple of duff characters on this wheel, if I'm honest. I think Governor's not great. I think who else isn't great? Coulson, Andrea. I'm not a fan of Carson, so I'd say there's like maybe 4, maybe 5 characters where I'd be disappointed. But then there's a couple of characters where if I got them, I'd be so happy. Like Strong Sawyer, damn, I love that guy. Barker, I'd be pretty happy with. Alert Abraham would be pretty nice. Obviously, Armored Shiva's pretty sweet. There are quite a few nice characters on this world, which is really nice to see. That this is. I'm not sure. I don't think this is classified the anniversary event, but I'm a big fan of guarantees. The only downside to this event that I see is that the tokens are a bit boring. They're a bit boring to work for. Like, we're going to do the roadmap right now to get the first ones, and it's just a roadmap to get the tokens. I'd much prefer like it to be harder to get the tokens, but potentially with my extra effort, I could get more. If that makes any sense. So we're just going to swift through this. So tell me what you guys think about this event. I mean, we are going to get a guaranteed 5-star. That is a big bonus. Is there any particular character that you're looking at? You know, we had what? Armored Shiva, Alert Abraham, Alert Negan, Strong Javier, Fast Barker, Fast Governor. I have got all these written down. This isn't me remembering. Alert Kenny, Strong Sawyer, Alert Bruce, Fast Pete, Tough Carlson, Fast Randall, Alert Andrea, Fast Carlson, and Fast Dr. Stevens. All of these being 5 stars as well. And I think, what, 3? Maybe even 4. I think it's 3 had Neutralize. So that's pretty cool. I think Neutralize is one of the better rushes out there. Sorry, one of the better active skills. So I'll probably skip to the end of this roadmap in the video. In 1, 2, 3. So we have completed the stage like magic. No video editing came in to use just there. I promise. Okay, maybe I'm lying. We get the 75 Ezekiel necklaces that we can farm on every stage of the first roadmaps, and we finish it. That's quite a story. Thank you, Jesus. Yeah. Were you even listening? I never pay attention to these. Am I one of the few people that just always hit skip? I might be always one of the. I always hit skip. Like, I don't want spoilers. So if this is actual, literally a proper story, I don't want to even hear spoilers because I like watching the TV show. I've got quite a few spoilers, but I always click skip. So anyway, We get the 3-star, which is not great. We're only getting this 3-star to get the next one, which is the 4-star and so on. So we will complete the collection. You'll see it pop up. Let's go complete and then claim. So we get 25 of these slash tokens, and now we've got 50. Now if we go to the in progress here, we have got one out of the 3,600 that we need for the next rewards, which is obviously a 4-star Ezekiel, more slash tokens, and with the next roadmap already up, you know, we can hit this, and then I'm pretty sure we get it's only 3 stages on this one, so it's not too bad. I'm pretty sure we get some pretty decent amounts of rings on this one, the ruby rings. And before we only got 1 as the reward for actually finishing the entire roadmap. But I'm fairly certain we're gonna get hundreds, you know, 50 to 100 per stage, just on completing each stage. So very close to completing this. I still wish that I could change it, but when I auto a stage, I don't do rushes because it slows down everything so much. Especially when I build a crit team, like these guys have got like 80 crit from leader weapons and weapon bonuses. Okay, there we go. Easy. We should get some of those rings. There we go. The ruby rings does look like a sweet ring, doesn't it? We get 25. We need about 1,200. But I'm fairly certain we're going to get them on every stage in Act 1 and Act 2. So I don't think getting the items is going to be a problem as we get the 2 canine teeth here. We're going to have another roadmap probably pop up in a couple of days where we get, as you can see the picture of on the top Shiva Force 1 is the rings. So that's where the rings are first introduced. See that ring? And then on the next one where we get canine teeth, they introduce the canine teeth and suddenly rings become abundant. And then the next one, they'll introduce the next item. Let's see if I can remember where it was. I can't remember where it was. My memory this morning is awful. Was it the holsters? I guess it was the holsters, and that's how we get the holsters. So, and then obviously then the canine teeth will come abundant in the roadmap. So I think we're pretty solid for getting the tokens. But that's it for this video. We have just had a little look at what's upcoming, the potential 5 stars. I think my next video will either be me doing my slash token pull, which could come before the end of the month, or it'll be my end of the month video. And my end of the month video has a lot of pulls. I have a lot of these pulls. A lot. I have about maybe 20 to 30 weapon tokens. I think I've got like 30 to 40 elite tokens. Because obviously we were running those roadmaps twice a day to get helmet tokens. I haven't used them. And it's just so much. So much. And then I've got quite a lot of farmed guarantees. So I've got 3 to maybe even 4 4-star weapons. Might be able to get that 4th. Got a few 4-star characters which are probably worth holding on to now with the Ascension coming up. 5-star characters. I've got 2 guaranteed 5-star characters in my next video. And then the prestige recruits. Who knows? Who knows? And obviously this is only one region. I play 2 regions, and I've got another 2 guaranteed 5-star characters on my other region. So 4 guaranteed 5 stars. This could be the most amazing end of month video I've ever had, because I've got 4 guaranteed 5 stars, and I've got like 50 to 70 elite tokens across both regions, which could hopefully give me something. Just 1 5-star would be sick. So thank you very much for tuning into this video, guys. Good luck, big best of luck in your slash token pulls. Do write in the chat what you're looking forward to getting your hands on. But that's it. Keep on surviving, guys. Keep on surviving.